The first one that we're going to read today is on Am I Overreacting? And it says, am I overreacting? This is how I can't even read it. This is how my boyfriend sleeps. Like a damn mummy, completely wrapped up. I'm constantly worried that he's going to suffocate or something. He spends all night like this, sometimes even wrapping more than one blanket around his face. He says that it feels nice, not to mention how terrifying it is to randomly wake up in the middle of the night and look over to see that. Am I overreacting? He says that I'm being dramatic. The top comment says, he feels safe, don't wake the mummy. Yeah, he's turning himself into a mummy. The response says, exactly. Everybody knows that if one toe sticks out from under the blanket, the demons under the bed can grab you. He's just following basic survival protocol. The second top comment says, you're overreacting. He's hiding from monsters that sneak around at night. This is so funny, and to wake up and look over and see that is hilarious. This is the most Scooby-Doo thing that I've ever seen. This is the best way to start the episode. I love reading silly stuff. Yeah, so this one is an overreacting consensus. Pretty much all the comments are like, hey, don't worry about this, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to think if I've ever done this. I've definitely done this when laying down and not sleeping. And yeah, it does kind of feel good to be like covered in blankets. I don't know if I could sleep the whole night like this though. But yeah, I guess that would be a little bit terrifying to wake up to. And you have to like uncover him. There are comments saying that it looks like a body bag. Yeah, it 100% does. And it's a little bit terrifying. This comment says, he's not a mummy. He's in his chrysalis phase. In the morning, a beautiful, slightly sweaty butterfly will emerge. Such a good comment. Okay, story number 2 that we're going to read and probably won't be as silly says, am I overreacting for being hurt by my boyfriend forgetting my birthday today, and he started planning his own birthday trip. Forgets your birthday, but immediately starts planning his own. My boyfriend, 36, male of the past 7 years, a man who does live with me, has forgotten today is my birthday. No asking me about my plans or even saying happy birthday. He hasn't acknowledged it all week. In the past, I always reminded him or I made the plans myself. But last year, he asked me to trust that he would remember and not remind him. Oh, and then he doesn't? No. Then today, I get a message while at work saying that he was thinking it could be cool to go on a cruise for his birthday in the spring. I'm speechless, yeah. If he let it slip his mind and didn't get me a gift, I get it. People get busy. I just want my romantic partner to tell me happy birthday. I feel so hurt. The worst part is how pathetic and childish this makes me feel. Yeah, this one's sad. How can he be thinking about his own birthday without that reminding him about yours? Like when he's thinking, oh yeah, I want to do this for my birthday. How does that not remind him about your birthday? Yeah, the top comment, not overreacting. Your boyfriend of 7 years forgot your birthday? 7 years. It takes 10 seconds to set a reminder, and it takes even nothing to remember the birthday of somebody you claim to love. Yeah, that's the most unbelievable part. He could have put this into the calendar on his phone in like 1 second. Yeah, like the response says, am I overreacting by feeling bad about somebody not caring about me? No, you're not. Yeah, this one sucks. And the fact that he's thinking about his birthday. Like, did he really forget OP's birthday, or is this on purpose? I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but like maybe he didn't forget. The second top comment says, not overreacting, perhaps it's my menopause talking, but I feel like you're underreacting. I'd be questioning if that was intentional. I'd be that upset. I hate him enough for both of us. I hate him enough for both of us. That's such a good way of putting it. Like, some of these stories are so frustrating, and we don't even know who these people are. Like, I'm annoyed at this person, and I don't even know who it is. This comment says, not overreacting. Since he specifically said not to remind him, and you've been together for 7 years, this is a total up for him. You're not a child for wanting your partner to care about a day that's important to you. It's not pathetic to want to be prioritized on your birthday. However, how he reacts when you talk to him about this will determine if the relationship is worth sticking with. If he listens to your feelings, accepts that he messes up, takes the L, apologizes and wants to make it up to you, and he's always been a loving, considerate, supportive partner to begin with, if he uplifts you and is your shelter, it's definitely fixable and forgivable. On the other hand though, if he minimizes your feelings or hands you bullshit pretending that the don't remind me didn't happen or blames you for not reminding him, then it's time to cut him loose. 100%. I also noticed that you said that you usually plan your own birthday. Is that something that you enjoy? I personally do love planning my own birthday and telling my wife what I want to do and what kind of gift I'd like, but some people prefer their partner to plan their birthday. If you've been planning your own birthday and that makes you unhappy, it's an orange flag. I hope he does right by you, and if he doesn't, that you do right by yourself. Good luck and happy birthday. That's such a good way of putting it. I hope he does right by you, and if he doesn't, I hope you do right by yourself. 100,000,000%. I don't think there are any updates on the post, but an update would be super interesting. There are some comments that are saying like maybe he's planning a surprise or something for you. Like, yeah, maybe. That would be cool. But also, it doesn't seem like it at all because he didn't even acknowledge OP's birthday at all. So by the sounds of it, he's got no idea that it's OP's birthday. But he's happily talking about what he's going to do for his birthday without even realizing that today is OP's birthday. Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, like that comment said, I'm definitely interested to see how he reacts. Story number 3. Am I overreacting for seriously questioning my marriage over a major purchase that my husband made alone? My husband bought a 75 grand car last week without even saying anything to me beforehand. And I don't know if I'm losing my mind or if this is actually as big of a deal as it feels. We're both doing fine money-wise, good jobs and savings and no debt that we're stressed about. We've always had joint accounts and we made big decisions together. Or at least I thought we did. This wasn't like his car died and he needed something fast. He just went and bought it, signed everything and then told me about it later. When I said something, he was like, I make my own money, I don't need permission, which okay, I'm not trying to control what he spends on lunch or whatever, but 75 grand on a car feels different. It feels like something you at least mention to your wife before you do it, especially when all of our other money stuff is shared. The amount isn't even really what's bothering me. We can cover it. It's more that he just did it and told me after. Like I wasn't a part of the decision at all. It's making me feel like the partnership thing is optional for him, and that's messing with my head. So did you even know that he wanted this car? Or did he just randomly buy this car? Like, was it a car that he's been wanting for a long time, and he never mentioned it to OP for whatever reason? Or did he just wake up one day and be like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a car? What did he say? I make my own money, I don't need permission. Like, yeah, sure, but like you didn't mention it at all? That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Not even like, hey, you know, I really like this car. I think I might get one day. Not even a conversation. If he can drop that much without even a conversation, what else can he just decide on his own? I go back and forth on whether I'm right to be this upset. Sometimes I think, yeah, this is a communication problem and it does matter. Other times I'm like, well, we have the money, maybe I'm being dramatic. Last night I was just sitting there playing some stupid game on my phone because I couldn't stop thinking about it in circles. I don't want to blow up my marriage over a car, but I also don't want to let this slide and end up in a situation where he makes huge calls without me and acts like that's normal. That doesn't really feel like a partnership. Am I overreacting, or is this actually worth being upset about? I find it so weird that he didn't even mention it. Like, did he have it in his head that he was going to buy this car, but he never ever brought it up to his partner? Like, yeah, whatever, it's your money, you don't need permission necessarily, but it's also a bit strange to not mention it at all. This comment says, if you both have money, what would his reaction be if you spent something similar without a discussion first? Not overreacting. The second top comment says, you're definitely not overreacting. A marriage is a partnership, not a roommate situation where you split the bills. Dropping 75 grand without even a mention isn't about permission. It's about basic respect and shared goals. Yeah, the fact that he thinks he doesn't need to discuss major life changes with you is a huge red flag for future communication. If it's a car today, what's it going to be tomorrow? And the top comment says, not overreacting. It's less about the car and more about trust and decision making in a shared financial life. Big purchases without even a conversation can make a partnership feel one-sided, even if the money itself isn't the issue. Yeah, 100%. I'm a car guy. I love cars. I've had the same car for a long time and I haven't bought a car for a long time. But if I was gonna buy a new car, I'd be talking about it so much. And yeah, of course you talk to your partner partner about it first? Like, was it a completely impulsive purchase or something? Either way, he should have talked to OP about it first. 100%. Like all the comments are saying, it's not about giving him permission. It's about the partnership in the relationship. Okay, story number 4. Am I overreacting? He keeps on hinting at an unusual kink 2 weeks in. Oh my, let's get into this. I just started talking to this guy a few weeks ago and he seems really amazing so far. He's attractive, he gives well thought out responses when we're texting. He compliments me often and has generally been great to chat with. Today, in a very innocuous way, we were talking about how our separate New Year's Eve plans had gone. He brought up the show Fear Factor, specifically when people are made to interact with bugs. He asked me if I was afraid of bugs, and I replied that I'm generally not too scared of them. Then he asked me if I would hypothetically participate in a challenge where I was asked to squish a bug with my bare hands. I replied that I think it's mean to just kill bugs for no reason. Then he tells me that he finds it really attractive when women aren't afraid to squish bugs. Wow, okay. I thought that he meant like not being afraid to kill a spider with a newspaper or something, but he kept on going. He asked if I'd squish a slug. Don't go squishing bugs for no reason. Yeah, that is mean. He stipulated that it wasn't allowed to accommodate my desire not to kill bugs with my bare hands. I said that I wouldn't necessarily be afraid to do it, but that I wouldn't particularly want to either, or enjoy doing so. Then he asked me if we were in a relationship if I'd squish a big bug. The bigger the better, with my hands for him. That Millie Bobby Brown clip, the dirtier the better.
These are great. The dirtier the better.
At this point, I was weirded out and I asked him if it was a sexual thing. And he said that it wasn't, that it was just attractive to see a woman being brave enough to do something like that. I felt tentatively okay with that explanation and I steered the conversation away from that after this. The thing is though, he's already brought it up again. He brought up that his friend dared him to squish a bug with his hands once, and when I didn't really give that a response, he followed up by saying, "Do you want to hear about the dare?" So now I'm weirded out. Even though he assured me that it wasn't a sexual thing, I can't help but feel like he brought it up way too many times for it not to be. I really don't want to look it up though. Is this something you'd look past? Yeah, I also don't want to look this up. Does he like the idea of being crushed or something? Does he want to pretend that he's a small bug that's being squished? I can't say that I expected to read this today. I don't want to kink shame or anything, but I really have a problem with the idea of crushing bugs. Yeah, I love animals and I hate the idea of squishing bugs for no reason, even if they're dead. I feel like even if I shut it down completely and we started a relationship, I'd always have it in the back of my mind and look at him a little bit differently. What if we saw a bug and I wanted to pick it up because it's cute? I'd be worried about what he was thinking. Am I being too sensitive? Is this something worth breaking it off for? Wow, this is interesting. Update, we're not dating, yo. This was a Tinder talking stage that I haven't even met. I posted here mainly to see if this was something that somebody could let go of instead of being fixated on. But I think most of you are right in saying that he was way too hyper-focused on the topic. I texted him and I told him that his obsession with talking about crushing bugs was freaking me out and that I didn't want to talk to him anymore. And then I blocked him. Thanks all. Oh my god. The top comment says not overreacting. It's not kink shaming to not want to participate in a kink that makes you uncomfortable. Furthermore, it's fine to kink shame when it involves actively harming non-consenting living creatures, in my opinion. The second top comment, not overreacting. This is a specific fetish called a crush fetish, and it's often tied into the giantess fetish. He wants to be bug-sized and have a giant lady squish or eat him. So we were right. He probably wants to be bug-sized and have a giant lady squish him. Him insisting that it isn't sexual and then continuing to make you discuss it, making you non-consensually engage in his kink, that's yuck. This comment says not overreacting. It sounds like a crush fetish. Hopefully it's just bugs because there have been cases of escalation. Yeah, it's actually scary. And yeah, getting off on crushing something that's living is not okay at all. Even if it is a bug or a slug or whatever. He tells me that he finds it really attractive when women aren't afraid to squish bugs. I wonder if it is connected to that giantess fetish. Like I wonder if he does get off on like the idea of being tiny and a big woman crushing him. But yeah, this would definitely make me uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure it'd make anybody uncomfortable because yeah, it is wrong to just want to crush living things. That's messed up. Yeah, I didn't expect to read this today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, everybody. Story number 5. Am I overreacting? My husband keeps on waking me up for non-emergencies. My husband has been in the habit of barging into the room and waking me up from a dead sleep for non-emergencies. We currently sleep in separate bedrooms. This started because I couldn't get a good sleep. I tend to go to bed earlier than him, and I kept on getting woken up during the night when he would come to bed. I'm a light sleeper, so I brush things off that would wake me up, but he's also a restless sleeper, and him constantly moving would keep me up for hours until he was able to fall asleep. I snore, and he's expressed that it makes it hard for him to fall asleep as well. When I would have a hard time sleeping, I'd just get up and go to sleep in the extra bedroom. He would get upset because we weren't sleeping in the same bed, and started telling me that he was scared to move in bed because he didn't want to wake me up. I tried harder to stay in the room, but it got to a point that I couldn't take it anymore. I was having a hard time functioning during the day. It finally came to a head, and we got into an argument that involved him following me to the extra bedroom, yelling at me that I need to make a choice where I'm sleeping, and me yelling back that I'm sleeping in there every night from now on. Fast forward to a night when he was working late. We had a rough day. Earlier in the day, something happened with our Fire Stick remotes, and one ended up not being synced to the correct TV and didn't work in the bedroom. At about 1 a.m, he barged into the extra room demanding me to fix it and explain what happened. He forced me to get out of bed to try and fix it. I was so groggy I couldn't think straight. I finally put it together what had happened, but I wasn't sure how to fix it in the moment, and this turned into an argument in the middle of the night. Me yelling at him that he simply could have just scrolled through his phone like he always does anyway, and wait until morning to figure it out. He got offended that I said that all he does is scroll through his phone, and cut off any communication. The next morning the remote synced itself and the problem solved itself. Last night I got woken up because he was worried that he had pink eye. Wow. He's been sick and blowing his nose and coughing a lot. He probably has the flu, but he's refusing to go to urgent care. He first called me on my phone to ask me where the eye drops are. Again, being groggy from just being woken up, I told him where I thought they were. I told him I'm very sleepy and I can't think straight. He hung up on me. 10 minutes later, he barged into the room and made me look at his eye to see if he had pink eye. You know what that sounds like? A child. I said, yeah, they looked pink and watery. He stormed out and I guess went back to bed. As I lay there awake, I realised that his eyes might be pink because of all the strain from nose blowing and coughing. I texted him this and I got a thanks kind of answer. I've also been sick and I had a hard time getting back to sleep from coughing. I finally fall asleep at some point and I woke up to text saying how sick he is and that he can't call out of work because in the past he's been told that he has to go to work because we can't afford for him to miss a day's pay. An argument ensued, mostly because I'm tired of his combative demeanour whenever he doesn't feel well. I won't go into any more detail, but it ended with me apologising for things that I've said to him and ensured him that he should stay home from work today. I know that he reacts from stress that he has trouble handling, but am I overreacting for asking him to not wake me up for non-emergencies? Of course not. I haven't had this conversation yet because of his mental state with being sick. This is unacceptable behaviour, but does he get a pass due to stress and I just need to let it go? No, definitely not. And this behaviour is mean. Update. Holy hell, I got way more responses than I ever imagined this would get. Thank you for all of your concern and advice and lamenting with me and validating something that I've known but was trying to push down for quite a while. As some have guessed, this was not a one-off. There have been issues, more than I care to get into. I'm starting to understand my role in it, both enabling, reacting, as well as complacency. There's many factors delaying leaving him, including our child together. I can't lock the door either because our kid will sometimes come in because of bad dreams, or will sneak in for a morning cuddle, something that I felt like we couldn't do when husband and I shared a bed, mainly because sometimes it's very early when our kid climbs into bed. After the remote incident, I told him to never do that again. I feel like he didn't take it seriously, which was just proven. Yeah, he says that he knows he has things to work on with himself, which is also why the delay in leaving. The more that we're in counselling though, the more I'm seeing it being used against me. I'm slowly waking up. There's other complicated things that make it hard to leave, but I'm getting to the point of choosing my hard. My first step is a plan. Thank you again to all who took the time to let me know that I'm not crazy in this. There's many times I question if I am or not. Wow. Yeah, the top comment, not overreacting at all, underreacting. He's being mean to you because he's angry at you. If you're always tired out, you'll be more docile and you'll agree more. And you'll let him get his own way more of the time without any argument. That's what he wants. Yes, so mean. The second top comment says, not overreacting, not allowing your partner to sleep is an abuse tactic. Not saying that that's for sure what it is, but there's no reason for him to be waking you up for any of these situations. Yeah, and what, does OP need to fix all of his problems? What was it he barged in for you to help fix the remote when you were asleep? He barged in because he wanted you to look at his eye to see if he had pink eye when you were sleeping, and then he storms out and goes back to bed like a cranky 5-year-old. child. Yeah, this behavior is so mean. There are parts of it that make me think that he doesn't know how to regulate his emotions and maybe gets like overwhelmed and doesn't know what to do and feels like he needs to get OP to fix his problems. But also maybe not. Maybe he just wants to wake OP up. Maybe he's just angry at OP. And maybe he just wants OP to know that. Either way, it sucks. This behavior is mean. Yeah, there are comments saying this is what children do to their parents. 100%. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like, doesn't it? Like, Mom, can you look at my eye and see if I have pink eye? And barging into their bedroom. Yeah, you're not overreacting, OP, like all the comments are saying. You're underreacting. Like, is he punishing you because you're not sleeping in the same bed as him? Yeah, not overreacting, OP. Story number 6. Am I overreacting for snapping at my boyfriend's mum after she mocked my career choice? I'm 26 female and I've been dating my boyfriend 28 male for about 2 years. Things are mostly good, except his mum. She's very polite on the surface, but she loves little comments that feel like compliments until you think about them for a second. I'm in nursing school and I work as a CNA while I finish. I'm really proud of this. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. I'm paying for most of it myself, and I genuinely love patient care. My boyfriend has always said that he's proud of me too. His mum, on the other hand, has opinions. Everybody's got those, and a lot of the time, they're not wanted. She's very big on status and prestige. She loves to talk about how my boyfriend's sister is an attorney and how hard law school was and how impressive it is. Yeah, cool, great for her, but whenever my career comes up, his mum makes these little digs. Examples. Oh, nursing is such a sweet job. You must be very nurturing. I could never deal with bedpans all day. Bless you. At least you'll always have a job. Hospitals are always hiring. Last weekend we were at a family dinner and somebody asked how school was going. Before I could even answer, his mum laughed and said, "Well, it's not exactly rocket science, but I'm sure it keeps her busy." Wow, that's so rude. Like what, OP has to impress you, mother-in-law? People like this really piss me off. Like what, everybody needs to earn your validation because you don't feel like it's a prestigious career? I kind of froze and then I said something like, "It's actually pretty intense and competitive, but yeah, I stay busy." She rolled her eyes and she said, "I just think it's funny how girls these days aim so low when they have potential. Oh my God." This is when I snapped. Yeah, understandably. I told her calmly but very directly that nursing is not aiming low and that it's weird and rude to keep on belittling somebody who's working hard at a career that helps people. I also said that if she keeps on making comments like that, I'll stop coming to family events. Of course, yeah. The table went silent. My boyfriend's dad suddenly needed more water. His sister stared at her plate. His mum looked shocked and said that I was being overly sensitive. Oh my God. How many times do we read that? Oh, you're being too sensitive. No, they're not. And disrespectful in her home. Oh, but you're allowed to be disrespectful in your home? What a dingbat. On the drive home, my boyfriend said that he understands why I was upset, but thinks I could have handled it better. Oh, boyfriend, come on. And that his mum is just old-fashioned. Just old-fashioned, eh? Like, bro, that's not old-fashioned. That's being a prick. Now I'm second-guessing myself. I don't think standing up for myself is overreacting, but maybe threatening to stop coming to family events was too much. Am I overreacting? No, definitely not. Who the hell does she think she is? People like this are so annoying. The audacity is out of control. Like, why do they feel so high and mighty? They act like you need to earn their validation or something. Yeah, like the top comment says, that's not even old-fashioned, it's completely rude. You apparently also have a boyfriend problem. Ugh, yeah, indeed. The second top comment says, good for you, his mum sounds like a jerk. Are you overreacting? No, because I would have said much worse if she spoke to me like that. And also, it would bother me if my partner didn't stand up for me even with their parents. For sure, the boyfriend saying that OP could have handled it better? Are you joking, bro? And what, did he not say anything to his mum? And also, OP, you weren't even rude. You calmly said that nursing is not aiming low, that it's a medical profession, and that it's weird to keep on belittling somebody who's working hard at a career that helps people. And also that if she keeps it up, you'll stop coming to family events. That's not even rude at all. I feel like a lot of people in your position, OP, would have told her to go and herself. Like, you weren't rude at all. And what does the boyfriend mean when he says that you could have handled it better? I genuinely don't think OP could have handled this better. OP was calm. OP was respectful. Like, did he want you to sit there and just take it? Oh, you could have handled it better. How? By what? Just letting your old-fashioned mum be super rude? OP handled this so well. This comment says not overreacting, and honestly, your boyfriend should have told his pretentious of a mum to shove it before you even put her in her place. They must all enable her behavior. Yeah, you did not overreact at all. Oh, you could have handled it better. How? Time to read something wholesome. I know we're already at the end of the episode. I can't believe it either. I need to make some longer episodes. That was an adventure, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. The wholesome meme of the day. How my cat sleeps knowing that her food bowl will be filled, her water refreshed, and she'll never have to work a day in her life. Yeah, I think about this with the cats all the time. Nez and Jin sleep all day. They sleep all night. They don't pay for anything. But they're very, very perfect. And I love and appreciate them very much. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a great time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comments. And the comment of the day today goes to Silly Jellyfish. Today's a sad day because I ate the last remaining Christmas cookie. Holidays are officially over. Yeah, that is sad when that happens, isn't it? Like, oh no, the holidays are over. You'll have to make yourself some cookies to make up for it. Have you guys ever had these? These marshmallow Santa things? They're a marshmallow that's covered in chocolate, and they're only available at Christmas time, and then they disappear for the rest of the year, and for some reason, they're so much better than every other marshmallow ever. And the chocolate on the outside is so soft and rich and beautiful. So anyway, they come in a box of 40, I think, and this year I bought 2 boxes of them so that they don't disappear too fast. Because yeah, like you said, Silly Jellyfish, it's sad when you eat the last remaining Christmas cookie or something similar because it feels like the holidays are officially over. It's sad, isn't it? Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for the support, everybody. I really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!